Well, here we go. Both teams winning their opening game, and it's the battle of the best two Indian players from the first round of matches for me, Key. The battle through the opposite will be unbelievable this evening, but we're off with a miss serve.
Yeah, not the start that the local heroes would have loved, the reigning champions, but you know, aggressive from the end line. I like that start.
Well, service is good. Cody Caldwell picked out, and he may have not been the biggest scorer. Cody Caldwell 5 points in that opening win, but the link-up play, the pass was perfect. The team will look to him this evening to hold them together like glue, and it's a first point on the opposite for their main man. RuPay contactless shot.
Straight away into the action. Vineet Kumar, he's their fixed deposit. He's their master key. He can open any lock, any door.
Absolutely, and he sees what's there, right? Look at how much space he had down the line. You cannot leave that much line for a man of this caliber.
So much rest on the shoulders of Trent O'Dea. We'll see him in action as well very soon. But it's a double threat from Kolkata. It's not just Vineet, there's Ashwal as well. If Vineet doesn't get you, Ashwal will.
Good blocking start there for Kolkata. Good read. You can watch the two guys going up pretty much in unison, and that's what you want to see in that blocking lineup. Timing is everything.
Yeah, very smart, pinching in, trying to work on the middle. They serve Carlos Zamora, and then they leave him to swing and say, hey, if we bring you inside, you're not going to hit the ball. We're going to leave the blockers for the others.
Here comes Zamora. No, not yet. Cody gets it right. Cody's got the code to penetrate this defense. Kolkata are looking switched on.
Cody with the code. I love that. You know what, though? He needs to get involved early. He's a confidence player. He said last time he didn't feel like he had his best game, but I know he's loving playing in this league. He's looking at the block. He's looking for that deep spot, and that'll hit it.
Yeah, safety ball for Caldwell to hit away as a high ball, but he did well to dial it away from the body. Tough swing for him. Ball served straight to position 1-2. Zamora is high to the outside. What a dig that one is from the libero. And under pressure now, Kolkata Thunderbolts early on. That's out of play. And all of a sudden, if Kolkata didn't think they had a game on their hands, they certainly will now know.
Well, they're not going to be underestimating Guru. He might be one of the youngest players in the league, but he is a weapon, a threat every single time. Look at his vision. He's looking deep, targeting Cody there, and that's just difficult to control.
And that's what I love about him. He hits well on the right, but he's also very good on the left.
Here comes Zamora. The lefty was looking for that down the line angle, and I spoke to Ruben Volachin, the coach of the Chennai Blitz last night, and he said teams do not want to allow the opposition to spike easily, and therefore they will continue to serve aggressively. And it made a lot of sense.
Yeah, it's tough if you're just seeing volleyball for the first time. It might seem like a lot of errors, but you've got to put your head on, as in you're going for offense from the line first.
It all rests on how they execute. Great serve, straight at the libero. There's the second touch. A spike won't be possible. Just push it over to the other side. Here comes Vineet Kumar with another spike. I think there was a touch off the block which disturbed Anand's vision there. Anand, that shot man. He was ready, but I think there was a touch.
But he's so rude, that short man. Look, they're all tall.
Oh, well, everyone's taller than me for sure. I can't be using those words. Apologies. That was RuPay on the go. Whether it's a one-man block or a double block or a triple, nothing seems to be able to stop Vineet Kumar. Rahul's the other one. The other threat. So many solid players in the ranks for Kolkata. Great serve once again. Here we go. Oh, not good enough for Guru to spike. Kolkata align themselves. Ashwal unable to penetrate the block on that occasion with that shot block. Great anticipation.
Yeah, going to the middle, but also Hyderabad Blackhawks committing with the middle as well. It's interesting because I actually felt that at the back end of that Bengaluru Torpedoes game that the Thunderbolts just backed off a little bit, but they're playing aggressively. Rao is finding his range from the service line. It looks really dangerous.
Yeah, and we knew that Hyderabad was going to be the team to watch out for in their blocks. 9 blocks last time they went up, and this man right here is one of the reasons. John Joseph, one of the best in the game.
I'm really interested if they can get him in offensively. Now we've got TOD on the front court doing 2 blocks in a row. If it's not through the middle, it's through the Guru.
Whoa, Guru can attack, Guru can defend, Guru can do anything.
He must have heard me talking trash earlier saying all his points were from attacks. He only got 1 block in the last match. He's proving us wrong. Look at the penetration. Diving and taking away Cody's angle.
Can you believe it? Great anticipation. This guy is not just about skill. He's a thinking volleyball player.
Yeah, he really is. He's smart. He's the leader of the team. He's 22 years old. And that's another one from Vinay Kumar. Very high on the opposite position. We saw this so often in that opening game. He's got that height advantage. He's towering over the block defense. That's twice he's just shown no respect. What interests me about Kolkata Thunderbolts is the fact that they didn't make any blocks through that right side of court. So throughout the whole game on day one, no blocks on the right.
Is it his spiking or is it his reputation? What's in the minds of the Blackhawks Hyderabad? Are they overawed by the prospect of playing Ashwal Rai, Vinay Kumar, Cody Caldwell, lots of stars, lots of solid weapons in the Thunderbolts army? There we go. The Blackhawks will spike first. Guru gets it right. Once again from zone 2. He's in a good, happy zone, that man.
So he spoke pre-match. The service pressure is high. Pressure's on the passer, but the ball's in a perfect spot. And I think the way that Lao Sijan runs this is perfect because Trent O'Day's on a wider ball. All of a sudden it opens up the gap between the blocker because the middle blocker has to push further towards Trent O'Day. That's exactly what we were speaking about. Cody then has to reach into the angle to try and cover the seam.
Also when Ashwal's serving, he's not in the front of the court, so make hay while Ashwal's away. Out of system, the Blackhawks. Chance for Kolkata to spike. In comes Vinay with a difficult angle, but well, he executes with perfection every single time.
And now that these teams have played each other, coaches know Vinay is going to be the go-to. He had the most attempts with 23 for Kolkata. In the last match, it was Guru who had the most attempts, 32. So the coaches will know where they should be sending their middle blockers. Trent O'Day just a step too late there on Vinay.
Well, don't forget there's Deepesh Kumar Sinha as well. Now, his primary role is to block, but he can attack very well too.
He certainly can. The one thing that I saw looking at the stats earlier on is that he scored 6 points, but he also made 6 errors. And what I want from him tonight is a more positive performance in terms of the mixture. That's a huge serve. And it's being a service. We talk about being aggressive from the service line, and the Thunderbolts have been absolutely relentless with the serve. Well, there you have it. The Amel call technical timeout has come around very quick, and we will see you very soon. Well, a big start from the baseline from the reigning champs, the Kolkata Thunderbolts. Well, you can own your favourite moments of each match by buying an NFT, www.treasureclub.io.
And, well, our friends, our well-wishers from RuPay have the best seat in the house. That's the RuPay VIP box. Be on the go. You've got a bird's eye view, a great view. This man's a treasure, isn't he, Key? An absolute treasure for Kolkata, and he just keeps giving. Here we go. Here comes Guru once again. The block was there, Cody. Cody has the key to stop Guru. Is that going to be the story of this match? In comes Rahul. The block was there once again. Cody retrieves it. Recycles the ball, sends it across. Who has the point there? Slight confusion for the referee as well.
I mean, just quickly, we talk about this chess match, and they're trying to serve to the left back position at this moment in time to try and take Guru out of the game. Now, Vinay is sure that that should come his way. Cody looks slightly puzzled as well. Well, there's the second. Third touch, good cover from Cody. We're either looking for a backline attack.
The referee, I think, called 4 touches, but there was a touch on the block, so it restarted with Cody's touch. We're just going to get that next serve. Replay, no point given.
Combination play. We talk about Trent O'Day running the widest set in the middle, and that opens up the gap in between.
This is when I get to talk up the middle. Love that. He's not going to necessarily get the ball, but he's opened up that space. 3 blockers coming in, and the timing just ever so slightly off.
And if you have a look at all this going on, Guru is nowhere near it. That's going to open him up later on in the game.
It's a great point. Great insight, Louis Lett.
Well, it's an absolute pleasure listening to the two of you. Lots of invaluable volleyball insights. Ball Matlock, Cody is priceless. He's an absolute gem from zone 4. And when you allow Cody that kind of space, he is going to be unforgiving. He shall punish you for sure, just like that.
He got a little fired up when that point went the other way. He thought he should have had for the replay, so now he's taking it out on the ball. Look at him get 1-on-1 for the RuPay contactless shot down the line. Love that finish from Cody.
Different tonight, Cody. Still fired up, but he's not running around like he was with all this excess energy burning. I think that's going to bring his performance up to a new level. Back to the middle. Trent O'Day, what a dig from Harry. And they go straight back through the pipe, and Cody goes for that wrist away swing once more. But this time, the middleman, wide guy from Australia. O'Day is there.
You see him pointing his finger at his setter. Give me a little bit more height is what he's asking for, but Cody was the one who went to do a little bit too much there into the block. He knows it. Look at his reaction. He knows that that was his fault. Taking full credit.
Also, if the Blackhawks Hyderabad defense can be dogged tonight, if they can tighten those loopholes, it won't be that easy for Kolkata. There's a chance. Guru will not be spiking. It will be the left-hander. Great dig from Hari. Oh, what happened? They just took their eyes off the ball. Confusion.
That's a great point for Kolkata. They gave a free ball to Hyderabad, so in any other moment, that should have been a given point for the boys in orange, but Kolkata's just gone ahead and stolen it.
It's a get-out-of-jail-free card for Harry there, the libero. Overpassed the free ball serve, but then an unbelievable dig to make up for it. Sometimes that's what volleyball's about.
John Joseph, perhaps in 2 minds whether to go for it or leave it to the captain. 10-7 the score. Do not get fooled by the scoreline. This is a much tighter contest. It's a race to 15 points. Deepesh Kumar Sinha serves. Not a bad pass. Oh, what a move. It didn't work, but it was a good move, all right. That one landed outside. Was there a touch? No, there wasn't a touch off the block, and so point to the Blackhawks Hyderabad. The deficit now down to 2. 10-8 it is in the first set of this match number 5.
No touch call, but what a great pickup there in the backcourt. That ball normally would have been down. I'm loving the defense we're seeing from both sides. Look at that one right there. He's on the floor to make sure it gets up. Blockers then know it's going to the outside. They follow it. Shot's just a little bit long.
And that pickup from one of the tallest players in the team, Vinay Kumar.
A little bit of a scramble at the net with a block. Slowed down. Guru starting his run around the court because that is a point in the right direction for the boys in orange.
What I'm really interested about here, guys, is the fact that they've not gone to Guru for a while. They fed everything else. And now when it gets to clutch, I have a feeling that Guru's going to come into the offense a lot more because the set is invested in everybody else. Nobody will see it coming.
And Key and Louis, I'm just wondering if Kolkata are more of a rhythm team. If you're able to disturb their rhythm, you might just be able to force them to think of a plan B. Do they have a plan B? That's their plan A, and often works wonders. Just like that. What's going to be their plan B, guys?
Well, you're right. They're relying on plan A, and Vinay is delivering over and over again. I think it is Hyderabad that's going to have to find a plan B to defend against him.
I mean, it's a great game, this, but I don't feel that Hyderabad have served anywhere near as aggressively as the Thunderbolts at the moment. So therefore, when you put him in system, he's going to go high and score all day long. Up the service pressure, get them out of rhythm, they might have a chance.
In by Hyderabad, off the hands, Guru. That ball's picked up, goes back to Benitez, and he does, again, exactly what he keeps doing.
a little bit more now, and just pinching in a little bit and taking the cross court, because he's doing a great job of just scurrying it through the right. So we're going to have another look here.
He's kind of changing up his angles, right? So one time he's going down the line. As soon as they adjust, that's when he's going cross court. So he's making it difficult on the blockers. You can see here as it dribbles through them, they don't know which way to take away because he's got both.
But also the blockers are starting to chase him a little bit instead of just really pressing and staying solid and taking the areas of court they need. This is a good one, but it's desperate.
Lal Sujan plus Zamora. What a great set that was from Lal Sujan. He knew exactly where Zamora was. The Blackhawks Hyderabad are not all about Guru. They've got other options. Beware the Thunderbolts.
Well, that's the sign of a great team. You have to have options. You've got to have a little bit of everything. Love that back set, and he's facing the opposite direction, so he's really thrown off the blockers there.
Lots of line for Zamora, and as a lefty on the right side, he'll feast it all day long. Now he has to try and make a point from the service line. It is a top spin jump serve from the Colombian. It's a short one as well. Harry under all sorts of pressure, and they're just feeding the opposite man again. Vinit Kumar, but Harry Prasad once more at 5 does wonders. And then in transition, look who it is on the left side, sorry.
Vinit Kumar so open, acres of space behind that 3-meter line, and said, okay, here we go. And that is where I'm going to park the ball. He does it with such ease, with such disdain. No chance for Zamora to recycle the ball there.
Yeah, he's just peppering the whole court. He's finding every single open angle. In this case, he's looking for that line, or sorry, that space right between those two blockers, and then short, so it falls pretty much right in front of the defender.
Well, I think at this moment in time, Janstrad is a one-man show to Vinit Kumar wherever he is. And the interesting thing is, can he hold it over all 5 sets? He set the bar very high, but he has to maintain that bar the whole way through. And you said it, Manish, what is the plan B? We're only seeing plan A still.
Still early days. We've seen some dramatic comebacks in the league so far. In all the 4 matches, we've seen topsy-turvy battles. You got to tell us who your Nippon Pain fan favorite of the match is. You can go to the official RuPay Prime Volleyball League Twitter handle and tell us. These are your options. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ashwal and Vinit from Kolkata, Guru and Double J from the Hyderabad Blackhawks. Make sure you tag @PrimeVolley. You could use #Asli Volleyball as well. Asli is real. Here we go. 2 points away from stealing the first set, the defending champions. And Hyderabad have called for a super point, and rightly so. Smart call.
Yeah, this is a really important moment for Hyderabad. Will they get it? Yes, they will! You know where that ball is going. You know what? I think it was in the last match. Almost every single super point went to Guru, and he scored them.
Absolutely. The thing for me there is that the super point maybe just made RuPay just take a little bit of heat off that serve. He has been so strong with the serve. That was a lot lighter. Then the set around the ball from left to right, 9 meters. Where is the middle blocker? That's the beauty of running the ball with the set a long distance.
Yes, Ashwal Rai will have to figure a way to sort out Guru, because he's their key playmaker. 13-12 the score. Kolkata need 2 more points. It's a race to 15 points this first set. Match number 5, here comes Vinit. No spike this time. He gets it right. He's got different arrows in his quiver. He's not a one-trick pony.
He has literally everything that you need. He is the all-around kind of player. And that's what's great about him, right? You're expecting a hard-driven ball. He slows it down at the last minute with that push into the block and out of bounds.
Exactly what I was going to say. The variation here. Varun and O'Day have been trying to get the faster attack, the harder attack, and then the change, fasten up with the tip, money. Absolute money.
Set point for the Thunderbolts. Can Ashwal, the captain, seal the deal? Not a bad serve. Straight to Zamora. Sujan sets it. Trentudia gets the point. Lal Sujan is such an underrated setter, isn't he?
Yeah, well, he's finding Trent. They had a little bit of a conversation earlier on, Trent giving him the feedback, I need that a bit higher. He's obviously reacted, he's given it to him, and in this occasion you can see it pays off. Trent nice and high, got the ability to turn that angle away.
This is a problem, Louis, when Ashwal's serving, the defense seems to be slightly lost for Kolkata, because he's not in front of the 3-meter line.
Yeah, absolutely. When you lose your best blockers, you're in some trouble, that's for sure. And you do have rotations that are stronger and others that are weaker. And that's one of the main things. You want a 3-man offense now, and you want your best hitters on the front.
Killer set points. Remember, a super point is worth 2. At the RuPay Prime Volleyball League, it can be taken on or before the 11-point mark. Team that wins it gets 2 points, regardless of who calls for it. I never call for a super point in the commentary box because I never have super points to make. It's these two alongside who are always making super points with their analysis. What do you make of that, guys?
Yeah, that was super, absolutely. I love that Hyderabad called it at that moment because they were in a situation where they it was now or never. You have to slow down when the defending champion is getting closer to the 15th point. You've got to give them a run for their money. Guru now, that point.
It was the captain of the Kolkata Thunderbolts who was serving the last time. 1 point deficit, Kolkata 1 point away. This is a nervous moment. What's Guru thinking? He's going to attack for sure. It didn't work. It didn't work, and the price they will pay is losing the first set to the Kolkata Thunderbolts. And I tell you what, Kolkata may have won the first set, but this match is far from over. The Blackhawks have shown spark. All they need is for things to come together. They need an explosion, but Kolkata are doing what they are known to do as always.
That's such a tough spot for Guru. That pressure on the service line. If you know that the other team is just 1 point away from taking it, that's really the mental game that he might have just lost there. But stick around. It's 15-13 the first set. We've got a lot more coming up. You're not going to want to miss it. See you soon.
Welcome back. It's the night of razzmatazz. It's the night where the defending champions are aiming for their second win. The Hyderabad Blackhawks want to win and go top of the table. Numbers so far. Take a look at the unforced set. There's hardly anything to pick, but it's just the number of spikes from the Thunderbolts. That's what helped them win the first set. How do the Blackhawks stop the Kolkata Thunderbolts from spiking so much? Their defense needs to wake up, and you need to go to volleyballworld.com to get access to exclusive stats of the RuPay Prime Volleyball League. Right, a question to our experts. How does the Blackhawks defense stop that man on your screen, Vineet Kumar, from spiking the way he is? Key first to you.
Well, we know they're a blocking team, Hyderabad. They had a lot of blocks. I think it was 5 or 9 blocks last time they stepped on court, and now they've only got 2. So I think if they can up that number, they'll be looking good.
Yeah, for me, I just think they need to up the service pressure, either with the spin serving, or start to maybe serve them short to the front left of the court, or maybe start to serve straight down that left-hand line. Make it very difficult for the setter to get the ball out to position 2.
Well, an unforced error. We haven't seen a lot of that out of Kolkata just yet, so Anand happy with the result.
And if you think about the first game against Bengaluru Torpedoes, we saw them very strong, Kolkata Thunderbolts, for a period of time, but then D. Lee started to figure things out really nicely. And it'll be interesting to see how this sort of plays out now, because I feel that Hyderabad is starting to grow again.
Yes, that's the one question in the minds of the other 7 teams. Apart from Kolkata, where is that chink in the armor? How does one stop Vineet Kumar? He is their prime weapon.
There's no chink in his armor, that's for sure. He looks like he's on a roll. I think they're going to keep beating him. He got the most sets the last time around. I think they're going to continue to beat him until he makes any mistakes.
That pass is so far out. You've got to give some credit to Janshad, the setter, for making that ball travel. It's perfect for Vineet. The pass isn't great. The set is perfect. It lays down for him.
The trouble for Hyderabad is that if the setter doesn't send the ball to Vineet, they'll send it to Ashwal. Oh, looking for that difficult angle, hitting it out wide.
Well, it's been called in. Ashwal does not agree, but we know in this league that you have to be 100% sure.
Absolutely, you don't want to use a review and lose it. Otherwise you've lost all your reviews.
Got to admit, that looked out to me.
I think the call has been reversed.
Yes, and rightly so. Without take a review. Great set though. Zamora clearly landing outside. It was evident in real time as well.
You just see the rhythm was out for Zamora. He's still facing quite a lot of the line. The set actually dropped a little bit inside. It was a good one.
Whoa! Early kill, early kill. Rahul on that occasion. It's not just about Vineet. They've got Ashwal, they've got Rahul. Well, it's an embarrassment of riches, isn't it?
Yeah, and an overpass like that, watch his eye sequence here. He's getting up early. He's timing that perfectly. He knows there's no blocker in front of him, a small one if anything. So he's just going full aggression.
Well, once again, reminder of the fundamentals. Eyes on the ball, always. Eyes on the ball, do not blink.
Safe bet.
Here we go. Not for Guru, again for Zamora. Well, they're trying plan B on their offense. They're not going to Guru. They're trying to upset the opposition defense by not going to Guru. Unfortunately, Zamora's execution isn't quite there tonight.
No, when he went to the cross-court last time, now he tries to fire the line, and it's almost, he hasn't got anything else there. His upper body is so square on, he's not going to get anything back into the angle from there for me, and it's right into the block.
Tough, because last Sujan set him up with a one-on-one, right? There was only one blocker in front of him. His responsibility is to score.
I just believe, as a right-sided left-hander, you've got to create more angles with your approach to maybe work away from the body.
This time, they had to go back to plan A. Tried, tested, terrific. SV Guru Prasad, that one on your screen, the captain, 4-2 the score for Kolkata, who won the first set. And a lot of these moments will be talked about on social media as well, courtesy our content partner ShareChat, Moj and Yo-Yo TV. Is this match also going to progress like a yo-yo? Kolkata one moment, Hyderabad the other. That's what we want more of.
Everything going the way of the KTVs, because the set from Janshad was perfect, but Cody has had a great game. He's not the person that we're talking about in the point-scoring area, but he's passing so well. Janshad's job from here is so easy.
Yeah, and we already know that Janshad is able to put that ball through the middle. He was the man of the match last time, and for good reason. He's running that offense, using the middle in these moments when nobody's expecting it. It just dribbles off the block, falls down in front of the defense.
Big serving, but that's been the name of the game for Calcutta so far through this match, and you have to give credit to the franchise for retaining Vinit Kumar and Ashwell for this second season. It's almost 30 lakhs for the pair of them, but it's paying off nicely.
So far, long way to go in the tournament. 7 games in all in the round-robin stage, followed by the semis. The big final. Oh, no. That is something that'll embarrass John when he looks back at the highlights of Tony Live or on Volleyball World. You don't want to see that.
You know what I do like, though, and obviously we would have rather it went off over the net. I like that he's tried to slow it down. He's targeting an area on the court. He wanted to go short there. He wanted to get Vinit Kumar out of the offense.
Yeah, absolutely. And you said serving short, trying to like really make that area clustered is going to make it difficult for Vinit. But you've got to start serving and you've got to start executing.
Consecutive service errors from the Kolkata Thunderbolts, and that means the score is 6-4. Now, would it be right to say that Kolkata's serving guts, the guts to serve big, is a function of the other aspects of their play working beautifully well, the defense as well as Vinit and Rahul in offense?
Again, we talk about serving all the time. Last year, no team made more serving errors than this team here. And then they go to the middle again. Deepesh mode is on.
DKF for KTV, Deepesh Kumar Sinha. All the way from Dantewada. He's showing his wares, his class on this big stage. He's a wily old fox, isn't he, Deepesh Kumar Sinha? With that RuPay contactless shot, early finish. Off you go, he said.
And what I love about Deepesh here is last year he was a platinum player for Kochi. Now he was a silver player this year, and he's playing like he's got so much to prove.
And he's worth his weight in gold. Got serious metal about him.
Kolkata looking very, very aggressive in every area, especially that block from Cody. Massive moment at the net.
Cody Caldwell, all the way from the United States, is the only foreign player from last season who is back. And you'll see a lot more of that from that man in the second set. It's 8-4 to the Kolkata Thunderbolts. Time now. And Amul Cool taking the timeout.
Welcome back to the RuPay Prime Volleyball League. Have a look at this. One-on-one Cody Caldwell. I'm loving that. Lal Sujan's doing a great job of getting his hitters these one-on-one opportunities. But if you're going to press over the net like that and take it, there's just nowhere to go.
Absolutely brilliant from Cody. I think he's just pressing into the angle. And own your favorite moments of the match by buying an NFT, www.treasureclub.io.
Can I just buy all of Benit's spikes?
No.
Do I need a loan from one of the banks here?
No.
Don't be so greedy.
They're probably pretty expensive, so yeah,
Sure.
let's take out a loan. Pay it back over time with no interest.
There we go. A 4-point lead for the Kolkata Thunderbolts is now 3. The Blackhawks have to believe they found another weapon in Varun. From zone 4, if Zamora doesn't work, maybe Varun will.
Yeah, well, he's in, you know, he came out with an injury in the last match. He's come back in, but yeah, Varun doing a good job finding that cross-court space. Again, a one-on-one in that zone. He's done exactly what he needed to do for his team.
This is the thing for Hyderabad that worries me a little bit, is that outside position. So to see him come good will be of benefit to their performance for sure.
He should have let that go. He should have let that go, that man. Varun once again, slightly anxious, I thought, and too eager to get involved. That was surely going out if he hadn't touched it.
Yeah, tough to say. We'll have to have it, see it in a slow-mo. Tough to say. It might have touched the block on the way through. Ooh, very close, if not. But Benit, he's targeting the zones that are making it a split-second decision there, and the defense had to be made.
I love the variation once more, but he's so athletic and he's so high that he knows his game. Stay high, pick your angle and commit.
There's no set patterns in Benit's offense there. Where did that land? Outside, no touch off the block, no one there. The Kolkata Thunderbolts just proving with every point that on skill, they're a cut above the rest.
You've got to feed the middle. That's twice in a row that the pass has been pretty good. Trent's there ready for it. It goes to the outside. For me, I would have gone to the middle there.
Easy for us to say up here in the commentary box, isn't it?
Absolutely, but I just feel that when Trent's there, you've got to feed him.
Here comes Guru! Once again!
Guru, unstoppable. He's had one block so far, but that is what he is there for. Those big moments, these RuPay contactless shots where basically no one's even touching him. That is class.
So high, isn't he? And all of a sudden, Deepesh is kicking out, doing his best. There's a little bit of line open, but Guru will take it every time. That legend there, Tom Joseph, over the moon.
Looks so calm and collected, doesn't he? He's like, yeah, good job, off we go.
Bench.
They're making it a little bit too easy on Kolkata here, I have to say.
Fighting errors, serving errors. It's just a little bit unclean from them at the moment. And unfortunately, the more that you try and push, sometimes the more it goes against you. And I feel that's just what's happening at the moment for him. Everything going the way of that team right there in your picture.
For how long is the question? It is a 5-set battle. Even if Kolkata win the first 2, well, Hyderabad can always storm back. But they need to execute better than that. Way, way, way better than that. John's look very switched off tonight. He needs to wake up. It's 8 p.m.
I just feel that the wind are well and truly out of their sails at the moment. The reactions tell you everything. Ashmall's having a great time.
Yeah, diving into the angle. He kind of read that before it even happened, just predicting the future, diving his shoulders into the cross court. That's going back your way every single time when you're heading up against Ashwal. Well, I think it's about time. We knew this was coming, right? Super point asked for by Hyderabad. Is this going to make a difference?
could make a difference for the time being, but I think it's maybe called, it's called quite late, 6 behind, and 3 in a row, really.
Desperate times call for desperate measures. If Hyderabad do not win the Super Point, Kolkata will have half a dozen set points. Yes, they will. 14-6 the score. Just not there, the Blackhawks Hyderabad. What's happening? 8 set points to go 2-0 up in this match.
Well, the super point was meant to put the pressure on Kolkata, but instead, the young team from Hyderabad feeling the pressure and overpassing in the wrong moment.
You can see the body language. It's just drooping. The heads are down. And in turn, they have so much to do. Focusing on the negatives instead of the process. As we have a look at the top 5 spikers, there is Vinit Kumar, 23, Guru Pradhan, 19, and then the Sandman, Sandoval from Calicut. He was excellent, 18 points overall with 6 blocks. Pankaj, I think we've still got to see the best of him, and then Ashwin Raj as well. There's some good players there.
That's the only moment Sandoval doesn't have his arms wide apart, only for a picture.
Absolutely.
I love that we had a couple of middle blockers in that list as well. That's usually outsides and opposites, but we're repping.
P. Michael's obsession with middle blockers is
unbelievable, isn't it?
A story in itself.
Unbelievable.
You gotta give him the credit. Come on, they don't get as many sets. Guru had 23 opportunities to attack in the last match. He's getting quite a few in this one as well.
That point, 8 of them. Dipesh Kumar Sinha will just...
That's okay, they've done all the hard work, they've done all the investing early on. It's very similar to the previous point. Have a look, the coach is over the moon.
Well, there was a smile on his face. Mr. Alva there, the coach, Dipesh smiled as well. They can afford to, for now, while they're leading on the verge of winning the second set point. It's still possible for Hyderabad to come back, but it'll need something really, really special with a lot of consistency. Now that's where they've been very, very brittle.
Psychologically, they're struggling, aren't they? So something has to be said, or there has to be a reaction for set number 3.
Yes, the Blackhawks are only playing catch-up, unfortunately. And they will have to keep doing so, because Ashwal Rai, the captain, is ensured that they go across the line at the end of the second set. They have dominated doubly dangerously in the second set, 15-7 the score, and look at how he does it.
Jansat here, reverse quick. What a set!
Got 2 eyes in the back of his head as well. Janshat.
Those two are just reading each other. They're feeding off of each other's energy. He doesn't even have to see his captain hitter. He just feels him.
Like Siamese twins, they know each other. Every 4.
Absolutely. Well, there you have it. Easy peasy in set 2. We'll be back shortly. You don't want to miss set number 3.
Welcome back to the RuPay Prime Volleyball League 2-0. The Thunderbolts are up over the Blackhawks. And here's a look at the stats. 3 blocks to 2, 8 unforced errors to 7. What are you seeing here? Successful spikes is the only one where there's really an advantage here for the Thunderbolts. 18-9, almost double.
You know what I see in those stats? Vinit Kumar.
Rahul Kumar, Ashwal Rai. Find out all their exclusive stats on the RuPay Prime Volleyball League on volleyballworld.com. That's where you go. And this is where fans will turn up. The Kolkata Thunderbolts group, the camp, is a happy camp. They're all happy campers, much like he is in India, enjoying a few spicy Andhra meals. Doelet has already converted himself. He's only going to have Indian food for the rest of his life without a spoon and a fork. But what a delicious encounter we are seeing, especially from the Kolkata Thunderbolts. It's an offensive masterclass, this.
It really is. But you have to say, Hyderabad can only get better from that previous set performance. They have to up the ante from the service line and have a little bit more confidence in their actions. But the first pass is a little bit off the net. There is no middle. That means there's 2 blockers on the pipe. But luckily, the speed of the arm gets the ball through.
Yeah, I do feel Hyderabad with a little bit of luck there getting past Ashwal. Haven't seen many get past him.
Again, as soon as the pass is off, the middle is extinct, and all of a sudden they start to worry about going out to 4 and more in with the pipe attack. It was just quick enough to beat the pace of the blocker from the pipe attack. Good start for Hyderabad.
Gunshot beware. Decent start. Hyderabad need to start winning now. Got to win the next 3 sets, or else Kolkata Thunderbolts are in the mood to make mincemeat of their opposition tonight. They want to win 5-0. Does it look like a 5-0 to you guys? The first clean sweep of season 2 possible?
That's a big call, Manish. A big call. I think you're going to have to do a lot better from the outside, but could be. Could be.
Rouse stays really good, just staying high there. Middle blocker not quite getting over and pressing as you talk about. Keane in turn as it comes off the hands and on man's side. Oh, was there a touch? There certainly was a touch. Evan tried to disguise it. He said no, there wasn't.
Lights, camera, evasive action. That's what happened there.
I mean, I thought I saw a touch, and then he didn't admit to it, and I thought, maybe there wasn't. I'm more interested in seeing his reaction.
Oh, it's off the head. I thought it was off his hand.
Brushed his spiky hair, did it? Oh no, 2-1 it is.
Fresh haircut.
Close shave. 2-1 to Kolkata. 2 apiece it is now, yes. Bit by bit, you can make a comeback. Hyderabad have got to think quite a lot of the possibility that comeback will start with the way they think. If they think they can come back, then they can come back.
Absolutely, they use the middle. We haven't seen quite as much of that as we would have liked. And it's not perfect from one, but it's enough to just get Ashwell out of rhythm, out of sorts a little bit.
Yeah, went straight through the open block there in the middle. Ashwell normally doing better to close that. You can only leave sort of just the space of a ball.
Well, passes on the spot. Oh, what a combination! Take a bow, Kolkata Thunderbolts. This is why you're the reigning champs, and why you are just sweeping Hyderabad away this evening.
Have you been to a 7-Eleven store?
Yes.
Kolkata have their own 7-Eleven. 7 Vineet, 11 Rahul.
Dishing up Slurpees and hot dogs.
Spikes on sale. It's a festive season.
2-for-1 special. What a great shot.
I was going to explain the play, and I'm just going to hand it straight back to you guys. You just keep going.
3-2. Rahul, great serve, straight at the libero. Here comes that man again, and he scores again.
So for me, if Kolkata, or excuse me, if Hyderabad's going to come back, you know they have to get him firing. Trent, yes, through the middle, but Guru is their go-to player, and if he's not scoring, they don't really have that much else to offer.
But how many times have Kolkata, they've scored this time, okay, by going to Guru, but how many times have they got the ball off the net a long time, and it's intentions over time, just pressure over time that's going to win the game this evening as well. They still need to get the pass in a better spot than that.
Unflinching confidence to spike from Guru with a triple block in front of him. Cody not in position, had to change his shot. A shot, oh well, shot ball, punished by the opposition captain Ashwal Rai. Kolkata back in the lead.
Let's go with the angle, Ashwal. Let's see that again, because I don't think you really appreciate at home how difficult this RuPay contactless shot is. Have a look at his elbow and how he has to bend it away from Trent all the way to the sideline. That's a difficult shot, makes it look so easy.
It's not over-committing to the shot. He's able to change his angles at the very last second. Sign of a good player. We'll see some of those. Ashwal is clearly one of India's finest, and I'm sure talent scouts from leagues across the world will be watching. SV Guru. This time the block manages to keep the ball in play. Shot set once again. This time it's Deepesh Kumar Sinha.
You talk about changing angles late, Manish. That's exactly what Deepesh does there. They know to beat Trent this evening, they have to hit good swings. If you don't hit technically challenging swings, you won't score. And hitting back over the shoulder is as difficult as you'll get in this game. It is class.
Yeah, they're kind of mincing Trent there in the middle, and he's going one direction, then the other, then the other. He's kind of at a loss for where to go. You have to just commit to one side, and he's almost committed wrong every time. Not to his own fault.
I might be speaking too soon, but on available evidence so far, it looks like Kolkata Thunderbolts are the team to beat. Purely on the resources they have and how these resources are working so beautifully in unison.
Yeah, they do look very well cohesive as a team.
The Calicut Heroes might disagree. We'll find out what they have to say about this assumption that I've just made. Kolkata have meanwhile decided to review that previous point. They're up 5-4.
The question is, did it touch the end line? From where I'm sitting, I see a little bit of light, a little bit of space between the line and the ball. They would have loved that to be in, because it would have been a super serve if it had touched that line, but I don't think it did.
If it's an unsuccessful review, Kolkata will have no more reviews. If your first review is unsuccessful, goodbye, that's the end of it. If your first is successful, you get another shot at it. This looks like they've wasted it. They shouldn't have gone for a yes, clearly.
Oh, it's so ruthless in this league that you only get one challenge, and if you lose it, abuse it. It's done.
Use it wisely. Use it wisely. Rahul Kumar there. SV Guru Prasad with the serve just off the net. Here comes Vineet once again. What happens when Vineet spikes? That's what happens.
You ask us about Kolkata being a championship team this year. I would say yes, if that man can keep scoring at the rate that he is. Every team that wins a championship needs a go-to guy to score points. You've got confidence in, even when the middle's not there. Even when you can't go to the outside, everyone knows it's going that way, he still scores.
I'd love to see how the rest of the team responds if and when Vineet has an off day. That's where Kolkata will be tested. Boom! Pucks it, backs it, that's good.
Huge response by Hyderabad, and they have to keep responding, right? It might feel a little one-sided at the moment, but 1 point away is all that Hyderabad is from this set.
Interesting that play's happened so many times. Ball to the outside, hammer from Guru on that side, but also Henan really deep into position 5, or just steep into position 5, really. Interesting to see if Kolkata go to an angle block and give away the line to the spiker.
What a bad serve, straight and libero off the net. Once again, Cody never gets it wrong. He could be a real estate agent. He knows how to spot prime property. Vacant property. Agent Cody, shall we call him? Agent Cody backs it. With that RuPay contactless shot, Cody Caldwell has only added insult to injury, rubbing salt on the wounds of the Blackhawks.
Absolutely balance on both sides. If it's not Vinit Kumar, it's Cody on the other wing. They've got Raul as well, and they're strong in the middle. The balance here is frightening.
Did he find that angle? Oh, yes! Just kissing the line, was it? Oh, no. There was a wipe. Just a touch off the block there for that young man. 8-5 the score, and when the score hits 8, what do? That's what we do. Give everybody a breather. Time for an Amul Cool technical timeout. Back in just a bit. Stay tuned, won't you?
Welcome back to the RuPay Prime Volleyball League. Here's a look at the A23 fantasy player points so far. Sandoval in the lead, no surprise there. He was dominating the other night. Right behind him, Santosh.
None of those points for Sandoval were courtesy celebration. They were all because of what he did on court, but I love his celebration.
I think he gets extra points. Yeah, extra points for the celebrations and the samba on the sideline to the fans.
Yeah, make sure you tune in when Sandoval is on court. The next time Calicut Heroes are in action at the Kormagla Indoor Stadium. For now, it's Kolkata all the way. Cody serves very, very intelligently. Straight at Odia from the back of the court. Great attack, wasn't to work. Johnson again. Second attempt. Ooh, one-handed retrieval did not work. Now, the problem with the Blackhawks is that they're showing the odd spark. But where's the explosion?
Well, that was pretty explosive out the backcourt, I think.
Well, they need to be a little more concrete in their efforts.
Love the variation. Away the first time, second time something different. High, fast, off the top of the hands. And Loki, you just said that not many people have scored for Hyderabad apart from Guru this evening.
Yeah, we're looking at the stats. 8 points for Guru, only 2 for the next closest. So they've got to find something else. Otherwise, Kolkata will continue to do this.
Look at the smile on the face of Cody. He's actually been a little bit more relaxed this evening, and his performance has been sensational. What people need in the Kolkata Thunderbolts team, people around Vinit Kumar to get the best out of him, to be stable, to get the passing. They're all performing tonight. It's just not Vinit Kumar.
9-6 for the defending champions. Great ball in. Let's see how it turns out. Oh, good pickup. Run down by Guru, so he's out of the offense. Chance for Kolkata. Big swing on the outside, and again, getting straight through the orange block.
And now you see Cody Caldwell run around the court crazily, because that, for me, was the best bit of defense of the day. It's not how they score the point in the end, but Cody Caldwell gets his shoulders underneath the ball, pops it up from nowhere, and they build through the rally to take another one.
The top of the table awaits the winner of this match, and Kolkata have got to show great hunger. They've got to stay switched on. They've got to be unrelenting, miserly, merciless.
I'm intrigued to know if they learned their lessons from the game against the Bengaluru Torpedoes, where they won the first 3 and then let the next 2 drop.
Yeah, well, I thought they took their foot off the pedal the other night, and I'm sure Coach Alga would have spoken to them about it, because a 5-0 win, remember, gives you an extra bonus point on the points table. Now that one extra point could be worth its weight in gold, platinum, diamonds.
You talking about the draft again?
All the jewels.
Yeah, well. They got really lucky with their draft of the international players. Getting Cody is serious luck.
Well, it's not always luck. Call him up, say you want him. We're the defending champs, come join us.
Sequence that's decided by draw of lot. So here we go then. 11-6. Cody gets it, and that's how he gets it.
Yeah, you're exactly right. He is such a clutch player for this team. We're talking about Vinny a lot, but Cody's bringing the energy, he's bringing the calm, the cool, and those kind of swings.
Yeah, the rest of the team really looked to him. We found it the other day when they took him off against Bengaluru. The whole team suffered. Now he's on. The whole team are thriving.
Against Bengaluru, Vinit wasn't even the starting lineup. Today, they made amends. He had enough game time to get a feel of the court. Found his rhythm the other night, and he's back.
And he's relentless.
Great pedigree. MVP of last season. To the right of your screen there. Dipesh Kumar Sinha, vastly experienced player as well. A 6-point lead in the 3rd set. Looking to close this match in the next 3 points. The Blackhawks still searching for a way in.
We saw the other evening that the service pressure was on Heenan for a period of time. And the same is happening here. The Ahmedabad defenders went after the number 2 in the pass, and the Thunderbolts are doing the exact same here.
So I think the call there was a backcourt attack. So the point goes to Kolkata, but we're going to have a look now at the blocking leaderboard. The top 5 blockers in the league. Ashwal Rai up there with 5, as well as Jose and Kartik. Sandoval at 4. Trent O'Dea right there at 4 as well.
And remember, Sandoval and Jose have both only played 1 match so far. So it just shows how well they blocked in that opener.
These are the rockers of the blockers list. Ashwal Rai always there, among the best, and there they are. Big hello to our VIP guests who have the best seat in the house at the RuPay VIP box. Be on the go. Dipesh Kumar Sinha, just such great balance. And I really think the other 7 teams are really envious of the Kolkata Thunderbolts for the kind of team they've put together.
Kolkata is certainly on the go with that serve, an ace serve for Dipesh. They are bringing it home.
again, we saw it, just called it. Ahmedabad defenders went after Hinam in the pass for a long period of time, and they're doing exactly the same here, the Thunderbolts. And when the ball's not off the net this time, it's getting past them. And I was floating a few balls earlier on, and the ball does move off the float serve more than I ever expected it to.
Now, something that all of us maybe think about a little later on, a lot more on that a little later. A super point has been called for by guess who, Hyderabad, because for now, Kolkata have 8 match points. Pretty much over.
Hyderabad need a miracle more than a super point.
Miracle and a half. Dipesh Kumar Sinha to serve. Good retrieval. That third touch has to go to the other side, as it will. Chance now. Interesting rally building up. Beneath once again. It's still in play. No, the point goes to the Blackhawks Hyderabad. 4 touches, said the ref.
Well, Hyderabad will be happy to take that super point with them, but is it going to be enough? They only get 2 points closer. They are still 6 behind. I think Kolkata is feeling good.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll never know just what this performance would have been like with Azmat in the team. Obviously with an injury, 2 different outsides playing tonight, but it's been fairly disappointing for them, having started this so well.
Right, because the last point was a super point, the deficit now down to 6, but still 6 match points. Make that 5. Another error, a rare error that from the captain Ashwal Rai. A touch reckless, I thought.
They have to push here, because they still need to come out strong in the next 2 sets. Every little thing they can do is an investment in the future of this team, and this performance, that's the beauty of the RuPay Prime Volleyball League. It all boils down to attitude, hunger, the pursuit of excellence is what's being watched. Is that it? Is that it? Yes, it is! The Kolkata Thunderbolts registered their 2nd win of Season 2 of the RuPay Prime Volleyball League. This time it was Rahul who came up with the goods, and this has been a clinical win. The first 3 sets going the Thunderbolts' way. High fives all across. This has been a sensational performance, and their job is not done. Are they hungry enough to make it 5 sets to 0? That's the big question.
And this is why Cody Caldwell's so crucial in the team. Look at he steps in, leaves that spot wide open for the attacker, so all the attacker has to focus on is that attack.
He's superb, a true locker room guy. They all look to him for advice, but also enthusiasm, focus, and in the past as well. Rao has been outstanding too. Well, there is the confirmation. 3-0, 15-13, 15-7, 15-9. We're going to be straight back after a quick break. Well, some statistics from a 3-0 lead. It's a win for the Kolkata Thunderbolts against the Hyderabad Blackhawks. And have a look at the second row. 30 successful spikes to 14, and that for me is the big difference.
I'm also having a look at some of the stats, and we know we've been talking about one player in particular, Vinit, who you can get all the stats as well. If you want to get them on the RuPay Prime Volleyball League, go over to volleyballworld.com. That's where I'm reading mine from. He had 9 points, Vinit, in the first set. In that last set, he only had 1, but yet Kolkata still dominant over Hyderabad. That's telling me there's a really well-rounded team around Jamshad.
How about a half-century of spikes tonight? Possible. 50 spikes tonight from Kolkata. Well, that's 31, number 31. 19 more to go. Keep counting, that one from Ashwal Rai, and ace from space.
Well, maybe we're going to see the Harlem Globetrotters out here now. Huge bounce to get us underway.
And again, it's Cody who gets that first ball in. It's another RuPay contactless shot because the perfection of that pass from Cody allows the ball to be run to Ashwal quick.
You called it, the balance here is unbelievable. Everybody is on their A game at the moment. and it's a pretty scary sight for every other team in the competition.
It's not just about offense. This team has a dogged defense as well. Rahul Kumar with the block on that occasion in zone 4.
In situations like this, though, for Hyderabad, they've already lost 3-0. They have to fight. It's important that they do good things and not try and hit blind, try and stay high, try and go off the top. That's what we saw from Vinit Kumar. That is just a steep swing straight into the middle of the block. Thank you very much.
Just looking at the Blackhawks Hyderabad, it just looks like the belief is gone. They've zoned out. They have been tumbled into submission, except that one-man Guru who just keeps fighting. It's not a one-man sport. Guru needs a lot of support from his team. That's much better. The Blackhawks have to believe they can win the next 2 sets to keep that set difference number in their favor as they progress in this tournament. They won their first game. Can they win these 2 sets?
Well, Aaron Sibby is on now as well, and he plays on the right side. We might see Guru on the left throughout this 4th set. Let's see how he plays as a passer spiker. I think pretty well would be my assumption.
I'd say he's probably talented enough to play libero as well.
I would say so.
We'll put him in the middle, why not?
Well, here is the substitute. Aaron Sibby was very good off the bench against the Ahmedabad defenders. And was there a touch off the block? Looks like there was no touch. Hang on, there's a review coming either way here. Unsure what's happened because the referee's given the point already to the Blackhawks, but then they wanted the review anyway. You don't want to review the points that you want, and that one is off the aerial. There is no block touch against Hinan. I think one of the first errors I remember from Raul. Aaron Sibby again, this time to fight. Cody Caldwell passes another dime, but the block is there once more, and maybe it's deja vu from the opening game of the Thunderbolts season, where they took a 3-0 lead against Bengaluru to let the next 2 sets slip. Who knows?
The next 2 sets are a test of Kolkata's hunger, their attitude, the way they look at their opposition. How hungry are Kolkata? Do they have the appetite for a 5-0?
It's a great block, sorry, Malaysia. It was a really good block in the end with that outside hand from, Herman on the outside. Point back from Kolkata Thunderbolts. And I mean, we talk about sort of behaviours over the duration of a game, sort of separating the best from the rest. Okay, is there anything in particular about the behaviour that you've seen from the Thunderbolts that other teams will be watching, maybe be a bit wary of?
Well, they do look pretty calm, right? Even when they're earning this point, it's all smiles. It could have gone another way. I like the two having that conversation. Ash will ask for a little bit more speed, perhaps, out of Janshad. Let's see if he gets it in the mix.
I think that's a function of how Ashwal is as a person. His personality comes to the fore in these hot-headed moments. Because he's so calm, I think a lot of that rubs off on the rest of the team as well.
Yeah, well, they do have the confidence now, right? They've taken the first 3 sets. The question is, are they going to keep these next 2? They did slow down a little bit when they played against Bengaluru, so the challenge for them is to hold it to the end.
And keep doing that. They can keep doing that all day long, all night long. It's about domination. It's about world domination. That's what they want. They want to conquer the world. And that man is at the forefront of that Thunderbolts army.
Yeah, he's playing out of his box, because when you come around the back there, the most difficult swing is to hit back in the direction that you run from. So Ashwell does a real good job to turn in the air and shape it away from Trent O'Day.
An all-round masterclass being offered by the Kolkata Thunderbolts. Offense, defense, court sense, everything. Ignore you saw that bit. What an anticlimax. Upright knocked them up so much.
Well, we keep seeing this same shot, right? All the players are heading back to the same spot, their service spot, and they're going for that deep end line. So overcooked it just a little bit, but that aggression is so important from the server.
Yeah, overcooked is a little more palatable than undercooked. Oh! Where did that go?
Super serve!
That is a duper serve. Rare moment of celebration from that tall man, Arun. Short name, tall man. 2 points for that super serve. An ace at the RuPay Prime Volleyball League is called a super serve. It wasn't for Arun, it was for the captain. Once again, right in that sweet spot.
Money spot, and we talk about all the players going for those corners and those end lines. Guru, we knew, we've seen him from everywhere on the court. We know he's got that golden touch. Love that from him in the serve.
But the Blackhawks find themselves in a corner, and Guru finds the corner for himself. Two different stories. Cody, the same story. Once again, consistency is this man's middle name.
That doesn't happen without Jansad there either. The width of the ball from right to left. It's a long old set. Just pops it into the perfect place.
And I, as a middle blocker, I'm watching his body language there. He's giving nothing away because his shoulders are facing the back of the court. He's almost undisciplined, and it makes it difficult for Trent to know where that ball's going.
And the fear of Dipesh Kumar Sinha spiking as well, perhaps disturbing the momentum of the block as well. So multiple fears from all angles. Oh, well done. Yes, good play that. Trent Odia needs to be a little more involved. He needs to get in, bring in a little more leadership to support SV Guru Prasad.
Difficult to bring the leadership when you're not getting set a lot or not getting into the game or blocking as much as you would like to. It's the more cool technical timeout. That means we're going for a very quick break. We'll see you soon.
Welcome back to the RuPay Prime Volleyball League. Just in case you missed it, we'll show it to you again. The super serve by Guru, touching into the corner. And let me just tell you what a super serve is. It looks like that. It has to touch the opponent's floor, cannot be touched by a player, and it's worth 2 points, and to me it's worth gold.
Well, it's one of those incredible wrinkles that only this league serves up to the world. If it hits the floor without anyone touching it, 2 points? That's not the same in traditional volleyball, and that's why we love it, because it can turn the game in an instant.
And it can change the DNA of the sport world over as well. And I know the FIVB is watching. A lot of these innovations are being watched by billions across the world on volleyball. A billion plus in India as well, courtesy of the Sony Sports Network. And I tell you what, even school and college volleyball games will be using these innovations as we go along. It's only season 2, and we have a long, long way to go.
I'm a big fan. Future of the sport, hands down, no doubt.
Race to 15 points, I like that as well.
Don't have any time.
Well, chase is on. It's Cody Caldwell. Remember the name, everyone at home, because Cody's in town.
Cold-blooded Cody Caldwell. That mustached magician. Call him what you want.
You do call him what you want.
Always.
You know what, though? So that's an ace, right? That's not going to count as 2, but that is what is important about putting pressure from the service line. Now, Hyderabad have to think about their reception. They have to change their reception a little bit.
The serving this evening has been quite phenomenal from the Thunderbolts, and that's why it's been difficult. And when the serve is cooking, the block also comes into the game.
Too far. Well, it was a daunting ask for Guru to take off from where he did, from behind the 3-meter line, was never in position to find the angle, and that's what happens. It allows the blockers to align themselves in the line of that attack from SV Guru Prasad.
And that's a rare block against Guru. He goes in so hot and heavy. Tough set because it's off the net, but he's going full guns blazing. Almost didn't have a chance to see the block because the ball's coming from over his shoulder.
And Trent O'Day hasn't got on the scoreboard many times this evening. Pass isn't there, you can't use him.
Well, Hyderabad with another chance, and this time down the line, but I think we not just touched the antenna, but did we just straight up break it off?
The antenna has gone. What do we do now?
Bill it to the Blackhawks Hyderabad owners. Mr. Abhishek ready, there's a bill coming your way. You can get that point, but, well, it's going to cost them.
I've been in volleyball for 20 years, and I don't think I've ever seen an antenna break.
Hey, hang on. I think we've got a spare one. Well done, everyone.
Well done to our ground ops team. They knew that these spikes will come thick and fast. They know the quality of players on offer as well. They know the pressure there is on those little sticks. Got to have a backup.
Well, let's see if Hyderabad has a backup, because Arun's already come in as the backup attacker, and he runs pretty hot and cold. We found that out talking to some of the coaches and the managers at training.
Well, the antenna will be fixed, but what is going to fix the troubles that the Blackhawks Hyderabad are facing? A23 fantasy player points. Jose Antonio Sandoval of the Calicut Heroes across, well, he's gone past the 200 mark, and I'm sure there's more coming.
He is so much fun to watch. If you didn't catch that match, watch it on the replay, because he just brings so much fire and energy. That's something Hyderabad could really use right now.
Absolutely. They've got somebody in their team who can certainly deliver through the middle of Trent O'Day. He hasn't got himself into this game whatsoever. Can they get the ball to him now? They're going to have to force it. No, still no ball for Trent O'Day, but it is good through the right side, and it's the Guru.
Yeah, Guru continuing to deliver. I love that he goes with aggression every single time. We saw him get stuff blocked, gets the ball right back, and he goes with the same enthusiasm, this time feeding it off the hand of the blocker, Rahul in front of him.
I wonder what Angelman Angamuttu is thinking, watching Vineet Kumar, Rahul Kumar in action tonight, because Angamuttu will be on this court at 7 p.m. tomorrow as the Ahmedabad defenders take on the Bengaluru Torpedoes, both teams looking for their first win.
If he starts.
I hope he does.
Didn't start the first game, but came off the bench and did very, very well.
Learn a lesson from what the Kolkata Thunderbolts have done. Now these moments should have come in the first half of this match. Too late.
I say timing is everything. That super point for Guru, they could have done with that in set one. All of a sudden you get a little bit of momentum, you get a bit of confidence, and it would be the opposition who would start to feel the pressure, but instead they've been under the pump the whole game.
Did everyone just see that? Guru just dug the ball, did a roll over, jumped up, got set, and still got out of his skin to attack the ball and got the point.
It shows that he's a quick learner. That previous spike he tried, did not work, they blocked him. And he was aware that he needed to change something. Another service error takes the score to 10 apiece.
Not the end of the world if they're going for it, but I do feel that Trent O'Day is a little bit out of the game because he isn't getting involved defensively at all. Therefore, it's hard. You're out of rhythm. You're trying to force it all the time to come back in.
It's not just about getting a player in the squad. It's about how you use him. No point buying a howitzer missile if you don't use him.
Absolutely. And in the first game, they used him. He was so strong through the pipe this time. It's a wider play to Hinas, and in turn, he finds the gap between the two blockers. That's why they run a little bit wider, is to open up the space between the two blockers on the right side.
11-10, that's a rarity for the Hyderabad Blackhawks to be in the lead against the Thunderbolts. They've looked a little more relaxed. The pressure of what if we lose has gone. They've already lost the game, so a little more relaxed. Perhaps the Kolkata Thunderbolts not as intense as they were in the first set. That's not good to see if you're a Kolkata fan.
I like that dish up by Lal Sujan, getting 3 blockers to jump for the wrong attacker.
Whoa! Bum bum! Beep boop!
Vineet's been a little bit quiet. He was huge in the first set and calmed down a little bit in the second and third. We mentioned it, other players stepped up, but hey, he has not fallen asleep.
The width, superb. To get the ball into the hitting window of Vineet.
The gong means that these teams now have 2 points to win off the next point. The Hyderabad Blackhawks have called for a super point, which in this league, on this big stage, the biggest stage of them all, is worth 2 points. Kolkata to serve. The Blackhawks. Oh! What was that pass?
And this is the Achilles heel to Hyderabad. We saw glimpses of it against Ahmedabad. The service pressure is not so high, but the pass is shaky. The angle of the pass is quite straight down the lines. It's very difficult to tilt the angle towards the center of your platform. So that's what they're going for here, the Thunderbolts. But in turn, you've got to look after the ball.
I love that Ashwal knows that the setter's backcourt, so he's not going to joust that. He's not going to push with his hands. He's aggressive to swing because nobody's going to be blocking him. That's switched on as a middle blocker.
Typically, they say when you're passing or receiving the ball, let the ball come to you. I thought he sort of went at the ball a little bit, which enabled them. What do you do? What do you do to these set points to go, 4-0 up in the fourth set.
I have to say, it's a little bit of a masterclass here from Narayan Alva, because they're serving straight down the line, constantly, not very straight, but they're doing a job because they're stopping the ball getting into the hitting window of the right side all the time. Guru is on the left, and that's what's sort of shocking about it. Guru's past it, it should come back, right?
Well, here's what I'm seeing. He's just letting that fall. He's got to cover his hitters.
Well, they've been tactically lost as well, the Blackhawks side of the bar. Just nothing's worked for them right from the word go, and they've been stunned into submission by an all-round show from the Thunderbolts.
Smart as well, though. If Guru's on the front court, he's not used to passing. They're going after him a little bit. Also, a good indication of why maybe the Thunderbolts have got 2 set points.
Yeah, they've looked helpless, they've looked restless, and they've given away the fourth set as well. The Kolkata Thunderbolts are running away with it. They are thundering away, and they've had so many players enabling this kind of scoreline. This is the first 4-0 score of this season so far. Can they make it 5-0? It all depends on whether the Blackhawks have it in them to fight it out for one more set. It all depends on how hungry Kolkata are, because their supporters have been on their feet all night long. The fourth set going Kolkata's way, 15-12. The fifth and final set coming up in just a bit. Stay tuned.
Well, there are the match statistics. It's good reading for Thunderbolts fans. 36 successful spikes to 17. That is the key stat for me this evening.
Yeah, 4-0 for Kolkata. We haven't seen a scoreline of this magnitude just yet this season, and you're exactly right. The successful spikes, the aggression at the net is what's been the difference here between Kolkata and Hyderabad. And if you want to see all the stats, head over to volleyballworld.com for all the exclusive stats of the RuPay Prime Volleyball League. That's where we're getting our information as we feed it to you. But make sure you tune in yourself.
Wearing his own mask. Only Mr. Patodia can do that.
Well, what a start for Kolkata, for his team. There's the RuPay Be on the Go VIP box. That is the front seat for the action. If you're watching at home, you'll be seeing some of the best volleyball in India.
Well, there's the opportunity of a bonus point for a 5-0. Manish, talk us through that one.
If you win 5-0, you get 3 points instead of 2. A win by 3-2 or 4-1 gets you only 2 points in the points table. But if you can do a clean sweep, you get 3 points added to your tally on the points table. Kolkata will certainly go up right on top of the table. That's where they want to be, the defending champions. But it's up to the Blackhawks either but to deny them that bonus point and contribute that 1 set to their set difference number. It will come in handy at the end of the league stage. Every point, every set will count. You cannot afford to be complacent, even after losing.
Well, a good start. First point on the board. Great defense from Guru, allowing his team to run that offense. Ashwal laughing as he rolls backwards, because that's happened to every middle blocker. He's in the right spot, just a slight sliver off the net.
Hit to Gori. Chance for Ashwal. Shot set, parks it.
Well, I'm really interested to see number 16, Adi Shawaran off the bench, a late replacement, as the main setter, Ranjit Singh, can join this year. And it just shows that Tom Joseph has gone to the bench. As you said, they're a young team, and also what we're seeing is a test of the leadership of Guru as well.
Yeah, they've looked slightly out of sorts, out of ideas, and perhaps Tom Joseph said, hang on, we've already lost it, so might as well allow some game time to my other players. Who knows, he might just unearth a gem.
That's how Guru was discovered last season, right? There was an injury, he stepped up, and now he's one of the top dogs.
Absolutely. One man's loss is another man's opportunity. Ashwal does not miss any of them.
How good is that from Ashwal? We're going to get a replay of that one. First of all, eyes locked on the footwork to kick from one side to the other, but then have a look at his hands. Dropping inside, closing everything. Good night. See you later, Hyderabad.
Once again, Zamora overcommitting to that pre-planned angle. Not able to adjust his line of attack.
Yeah, tough also because he's a left-handed attacker there on the right side. So great job by Ashwal to read that. Oh, and another one.
Somehow Zamora kept it. No, he did not keep it playing. Double touch. Then the ref.
And maybe it's the pressure, but this is a completely different Hyderabad side than what we saw in their opening game against Ahmedabad. And I don't know, they beat Ahmedabad. What does that say about Ahmedabad? Was that a poor performance from them? Was it a good performance from Hyderabad? We're speculating, we're early on in the league, but my word, there's so many twists and tails.
Ahmedabad, who lost to Hyderabad, must be ruining the fact that they did not have Angamuttu in their starting lineup in game one. You want to set the tone. Why was he not in the starting lineup? So in case, if the Ahmedabad coach is watching us, he knows what he needs to do now.
Ring you. That would be it. We could ring each other. We could give some back.
Let's go and meet them at the hotel.
I think so. I'm in. But at the same time, you're completely right. Angamuttu, Shanti John, the two main players from last year,
yeah,
and they were absent in that first six. So you're completely right, Manish.
Shanti John isn't available, out with an injury. We don't know how long he's going to be on the sidelines. They'll hope he's back soon. Ahmedabad will be in action tomorrow at 7 p.m. against the Bengaluru Torpedoes, the two teams who are yet to get off the mark in the bottom half of the table.
And you've got to say, if you lose two in a row, it's trouble, surely.
Yeah, well, because one of those two teams have a chance to replace the Blackhawks Hyderabad in the top half of the table. So lots will change on the points table. Rahul Kumar, I believe he's been given the license to serve like that, and for good reason, isn't it?
Yeah, Kolkata have all of the momentum right now. They have all of the enthusiasm and the confidence. So they're going to keep banging it from the end line. Whether or not it goes in, that's another story.
He also had the Ace Champion Award last year of the most aces in this competition. So in turn, if anyone's going to have the license, it'll be him.
Now, in the replay, just take a look at the players behind the 3-meter line of the Blackhawks Hyderabad. They're standing there like statues. They've been stunned into silence, into submission. Take a look at them. Just watched and admired. Nobody moved. Statue.
Again,
beneath.
One skill leads to another. If you don't serve tough enough and you serve straight down the heart of the court, the pass goes in, the offense is quickened up because of that. Then the blockers are struggling to keep up with the speed of the game.
Beneath would have dug a pond in that area. In the front court, there's so much open space. Once again, a service error. They've got to be relentless. They've got to be miserly, Kolkata. They know there is a chance to win 5-0. The moment you can do that, you set the cat among the pigeons. The other 6 teams will be worried when they play Kolkata next. You're almost creating a certain narrative around you. You're creating a certain aura around you when you win 5-0.
Winning is a habit, that's for sure. Confidence rising all the time. Not that I feel that confidence has ever been an issue with the Thunderbolts, but in turn, speaking, P and I went to training on the first day that we arrived here, and the whole squad said the first few games are important because there's been so much change in the team. Yes, they've retained their 2 main players, the coaching staff has changed, and they said if we don't win the first couple of games, people will be asking questions about us. There are no questions being asked after this performance this evening.
In any sport, guys, in any league, the big question is, with a 3 or 4 week long training camp, how quickly can a team find its winning combination? Now, this team certainly seems to have found their mojo there. There's a certain wave, a certain positive, attractive, aggressive wave in the manner they've played so far in this tournament.
Yeah, and I just love that Janshad is really utilizing all of his weapons. We're talking about Vineet a lot, we're talking about Ashwal, but here comes Rahul from the pipe, and that's exactly why he's got that space, is because Janshad has been so creative in the offense.
Absolutely. You talk about using the weapons, but they're all firing. And that's what makes this performance so key. We're not talking about Vinit Kumar as much as we were in the opening 2 sets. We're talking about everybody else. And it's just one of those nights where everything is working perfectly for them.
Speaking too soon, a cynic might think, but Kolkata don't mind it. They'll say, well, keep the wins coming. We want to make sure we get, with every step, we get closer to that semi-final spot. Although we're still only on day 5 of the tournament. But Kolkata are looking like the team to beat.
I think you called it team to beat. Great.
Or the team to fear.
Both of them. Absolutely, but there's no fear from that swing. Love that. Straight through the block, and He-Man trying to get his team a little bit fired up. They're going to need more of that.
Inadvertent error in pronunciation, but I was right. Hemant is He-Man. He could be the He-Man. They need more superheroes.
They do need some superheroes.
I love He-Man as well. That's all about it.
Oh, I have the power. Does he have it? Cody, miss it.
But this is when you can see that the players really cramped. So Cody can't get a chance to make a good approach. In turn, turning the angles become a lot tougher for him. So he tries to hit a swing that really isn't biomechanically there in that one instant. It's the first time that we've seen him under such pressure, but the setter had no other option. Look how far away the opposite is. Had to go to 4. Too much biomechanically for the arm to do to turn it back.
Now this performance from Kolkata perhaps might rub off on the two teams that will be in action tomorrow. Ahmedabad, Bengaluru, both teams lost their first games. It surely will rub off on them. The question is which team will be able to shrug off that first loss and come here with a clean slate mentally.
Hyderabad picking up a 2-point advantage. That's a great question, Manish. The psychological aspect of it, and when you're coming into a match like this, really important. But I love that aggression from the service line. We haven't seen a whole lot of clean aces like that. That's not going to count for 2, but it's going to be an ace on the leaderboard.
Well, time for the Emerald called technical timeout. We're going to be back very soon. We'll see you here.
Welcome back to the RuPay Prime Volleyball League. Here is a look at the unique scoring system in this league, which Louis and I are big fans of. First of all, you'll get 2 points for a win, no points for a less, but if you do get a 5-0 win, you get that extra point, giving you a total of 3 points. That could be crucial coming into the end of the season.
Absolutely, every single point matters really in this game. Yes, you need to be patient, you need to ride the wave, but on the last day, you don't want to leave things to chance.
The Ahmedabad defenders were top of the league at the end of the league stage last time and went on to lose the finals. So yeah, well, it's winner takes all in the knockout. But Kolkata want to do the right thing. They need to follow the process. The ideal journey is to keep winning. Just keep winning until you get your second trophy. They are the defending champions. They have played like champions despite change in personnel, which means the team owners have been able to create this culture of aggression, of happiness, of togetherness, of bonding.
Yeah, funny you mention about the team and the winning, and something that Meteors said earlier on today is that we're sticking with the same team and we want to use the bench later on in the competition. To do that, you need to be winning games. At the moment, everything's going to plan for them, and was that Trent O'Day brought into the offense? Hi, Trent, good to have you back in the game. Brilliant to have them bringing him back in. They have a chance to come back in the game, maybe. One
of the things that the Blackhawks Hyderabad will look back and rue is the fact that Zamora didn't work and they didn't make Trent O'Day work.
That's a good observation, boys, but Trent getting into it on this moment. They're 4 points up now, so Kolkata do have the pressure put back on them. We'll see if they're able to win 5-0. I don't think so. I think Hyderabad's coming back unless we see a super point anytime soon.
Time to call for a super point now. I wonder what Kolkata are thinking. They've got to be hungry enough. They need to go for 5-0. Oh, great serve. Terrific serve that. Cody, spikes. Oh, man. I cannot believe they made a mess of it. With a triple block, including Odia, and yet they can't block it.
I mean, yes, with the blocking, but Cody has just been rifled out with the serve. He stays into the floor. There's so much heat on the ball. He really has to stay in with the legs, and then he gets the ball back, and he has to make a good decision. He doesn't have the sharp angles on the right available to him, so he speeds up through the block. He knows exactly what he's doing there, Cody. He's 2 or 3 meters off the net as well. One of my best plays of the day, that.
Interesting, big call, Louis. I think he just didn't see the block. He was looking for a space, and he got a little bit lucky.
Well, possible contender for the Nippon Paint colourful moment of the day. There was a fair bit of colour and flavour and spice and fire on that shot from who else? The number 15. SV Guru Prasad, the captain, is looking angry.
Yeah, Guru, relentless in his attacks. He's targeting Cody there in the back. So he knows where the block is. He knows that he can beat the block with some speed. Deepesh hasn't quite arrived, and that's when he's going really deep to the middle of the back.
I think Trent Odia and SV Guru Prasad need to have a few meals together. If they can get together Trent Odia's experience and Guru's fire, that might be the kind of potent combo that the Blackhawks need as they progress in this tournament. Well, Kolkata have one more point. Oh no, they don't.
So the call there has been no touch on the block. Tough to tell from that angle. But again, Kolkata have lost their opportunity to challenge.
Certainly a big touch off the head of the middle blocker, I think. Don Joseph going up. But I think if you're playing for the Blackhawks, you will take anything and everything you can right now.
5-point lead. Hyderabad 3 points away from winning a solitary set, a consolation set. Oh, good play.
Goes with the right hand.
Oh! An acrobatic move there from Deepesh Kumar Sinha did work.
What that's showing there from Trent O'Day is really good game knowledge. He knows the rotation, the other team are in. He goes straight down the line, building through the righty swing from Zamora. Does enough to catch the Thunderbolts off guard.
Well, unlucky for Kolkata there, and it looks like Hyderabad might be stealing that third point. They've headed into a timeout, but it's 13-7. Hyderabad looking like a different team. Kolkata, again, we talked about them maybe losing their momentum, losing their focus as they did against Bengaluru. What's happening here? Is it the same thing?
I think so, yeah. I think at some stage for Hyderabad, they have nothing to lose now, do they? So the service pressure's actually gone up quite a lot. The jump serve was heavy. Trent O'Day's float serve was heavy. Everywhere that they were making a few errors earlier on, they've actually started to execute their serve. And maybe at the same time, Hyderabad are already over the line.
This has been a classic case of not being able to reuse your resources well. They will need to figure out how to use Trent Odia. Zamora will need to step up as well as they go along.
Oh, bit of ping pong.
This looked like a mixed doubles match or a men's doubles match at the net. We just got off the Australian Open coverage on Sony, and we saw a fair bit of play at the net, at the front court. What happened there?
I can't explain that one to you, Manish. I don't think he can either, and I don't think Tom Joseph can either. Listen to that.
The call, I think, is net touch. Trent might have seen something different.
I can't wait to have another look at this one.
Well, players getting a bit of a breather, and so are we.
Certainly need one.
So Hyderabad think they have a review left. That's what they're arguing. They want to challenge it.
And how crazy is this? In traditional volleyball, only the captain is allowed to talk to the first referee. But looking down there now, there's a crowd of players surrounding the second ref.
Freedom of speech. It's very democratic.
There's no such thing as freedom of speech in this game. Only one person has a voice, and that's the captain. So we're looking again at what happened here. The review is whether or not there was a touch at the net. I don't think I see one from Zamora.
Didn't see it in real time. Especially don't see it in the slow-mo. Maybe the thought is that the shirt caught it on the way up.
Oh, actually, I'm gonna change my vote. I think he might have nicked it.
Now the review has gone. All that fuss, Manish.
Drama. All of us have an appetite for drama, don't we? This, as they say, sport is unscripted drama.
That's why we love it.
Yep.
Unlike WWE, which is fully scripted drama.
No.
I love it too. I love it too.
I love that too. It's not scripted though, is it? Not when I was watching it.
The whole of India loves WWE on the Sony Sports Network. So this is where the Kolkata Thunderbolts have come up with the goods tonight, but the Blackhawks look like they will end this match on not on a high, but on a happy note. The super point is now being called for by Kolkata. A touch too late, I suppose. Too late in the day. You don't take it home anyway. Might as well use it.
Exactly right. Might as well use it or lose it. Is it too little too late? Chances are yes, but point chance for Kolkata. Let's see. Serve from Hyderabad. Gonna do it. Good pickup, swing chance for the match, and they take it!
It is not going to be a 5-0 scoreline. The Hyderabad Blackhawks snatch one set. Well, it is a consolation set, but Kolkata will not be too pleased with the way they finished this game. That fifth set, they look slightly lost. A touch lazy, complacent, not good. You're a defending champion. Got to play like a champion in all 5 sets.
I couldn't agree more with you, Manish, here, but you have to say that that was a different performance in set 5 from Hyderabad. More like the team we saw in game 1 against Ahmedabad, where the service was in point, the distribution from the setter was better, use the middle, went the outside, then Guru was alive, and maybe there's a little bit of hope leaving with them this evening that they can still produce later on in the competition. Kolkata, they'll leave here delighted. They've won 4 from 5. They would have taken that at the beginning of the evening.
I think that's a great point, Louis, is that Kolkata came in with some confidence and they showed that for 4 sets in a row. Hyderabad could easily have rolled over and just said, well, this match is over. But this is a good sign for the next time that they step on the court. They're going to want to come out like that. So there you go, the 5 sets. One of them going to the Blackhawks, but stick around, there is more.